Hello, hello. Today is a bit of a special day. They reckon in most parts of the UK up until now, they've had rain every day in 2026. That's certainly been the case here. Today is the first day where we've got beautiful sunshine. So hopefully we're going to crack on with the van. Fingers crossed. Right, to fit my solar panel to my roof bars, realistically, because the solar panel comes to about an inch short off the skylight to literally the back here where the doors are, I want to get the bars as far apart to reduce any flex or wobble on the panel. These side bars seem to taper in ever so slightly, making this as far down as I can move this bar before it gets too tight. Tried hitting it with a mallet and everything, but it won't go any further without me risking damage. So what I'm going to do is remove this bar, trim an ever so slight bit off it, put it back together, and I should be able to move it all the way back. It's only gaining me about an extra 2 inches, but I think every inch will help. Right, hopefully this will go straight forward. I think if I cut about 5 mil off, I'll be good. There we go. That should make it short enough for me to move it all the way back on the roof bar. It's going to fit. It will. That's a perfect fit.
Yay.
Beautiful. So I'm going to get this bar as far back as possible, and the other bar as far forward as possible, and we're sitting pretty. That's the second roof bar mounted, as close as I can get it to this. I haven't attached the clamps yet because I'm going to dry fit the solar panel, mark out where and what I've got to cut. As you can see, I'm now going to mount the roof bars lightly as low back as I can, so I can size up the solar panel and mark where the brackets are going. There we go, get it in loose. Right, as far back as it will go. Just nip it. This should give me every last millimetre then. There we go, that's as far as I can go with that one. Now, if I haven't been utter buffoon with my measuring, like I was when I bought the 185 watt panel, this 130 should come to about an inch short of here to level with where the back doors are. Excellent. I may have talked about these previously, but anyway, I really didn't want to drill unnecessary holes in the roof or mount a solar panel directly to the roof in case I ever had to upgrade it or change it or whatever. So after a bit of searching online, I came across these bad boys. Roof bar mountings by Bouge RV. Basically, these allow you to mount your solar panels to a set of roof bars with a T-slot fitting. They also do a set which have the clamps that you screw down like you would on a roof box. Amazing bits of kit. I think they'll save me a lot of hassle with my roof. I will be linking these in the description. So here we have the moment of truth. Is my solar panel going to be a good fit on my roof? Yes, is the answer to that question. Booyah! The one problem I do have is I'll have to drill extra holes in the frame for the Bouge RV mountings. And it's going to be a little tricky getting it dead center because I can't exactly see straight down onto it. I think the best way for me to center this is with the measuring tape. Take the measurements there and there, and then do the same on the other side. Just over 23 centimeters. 22.5, 21.5, 20. So I've got 22.5 and 21, 22, just over 21. this side is good. Teeny tiny little bit that way. There we go. I think that's good. Can you do me a quick favour? Can you open the skylight? I just want to make sure it's not hitting the solar panel. Beautiful. That's okay, you can close it again. Hello. Hi. Bye. Nice. Right, let's see what's in these. Instructions. Relatively straightforward.
Sorry, making noises. Sorry.
Okay, so this is the T-bar fitting. And this part clamps onto the panel. Okay, so yes. Get the panel. Help to hold it the right way up, wouldn't it? Okay.
Sorry about the noise.
I have a rough idea what to do. It does come with a whole host of tools for everything you need. Yeah. Ironically, it says if you need to drill holes in the panel, to use these self-tapping screws. I find that quite unusual, but I think that's the manufacturer's way of ensuring that you don't drill through your own panel and then blame them. I, however, will be using a drill bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark the panels where I want my drill bits to be, my center holes. I can actually do that on the side of the panel. Slap bang in the center. There. 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 And there. Because I don't really want to lose my center point, and I want a guide of where I can cut this rubber trim, so I would like it to be underneath here to limit water ingress. I am going to use some electrical isolation tape to mark my roof bars. If I can actually get it open. Okay, this is absolutely horrendous. There we go. Beautiful. Right. In the spirit of documenting everything on this build, my successes and my failures, me being a ham-fisted, clumsy oaf, I pulled my solar panel across my skylight and I've done a nice big scratch in it. Fortunately, from the inside, it doesn't look too bad. It's kind of above the handle, so it doesn't really stick out when you're looking through it. But there we go, something to remember. Situational awareness. Always have it when you're messing around with stuff like this. Alright, so now it's time to mark up my solar panel where I need to drill my extra holes. I've transferred the markings I did from the roof onto the sides here. I'm going to use one of these and figure out where my holes are going. Alright, good thing I double checked that. Looks like I am limited to where I can drill by the shape of this and where the threaded hole is. So that comes to the edge. So I go there. My hole has to go here. I think one disaster on the roof is enough today. Beautiful. Now I can attach my first clamp. Actually, on second thought, I could go on the outside, make it easier to mount. Second thoughts, I think I'm going to do that. I can mount it on the outside. Although I could mount it like that, it's going to be awkward. Now I'm actually looking at it, I prefer it. It just makes my life easier later. Again, I'll use the back plate to mark my hole. In fairness, I like these. These are solid steel. They are well worth the money. They're not going anywhere. These bolts, however, do feel like stainless, so although I'm trying to do them up tight, I'm trying not to do them up too tight, because stainless bolts tend to be a little brittle. And that one kind of intersects with an existing hole. I have to be extra careful drilling this one. That was tricky to drill. But it worked out alright. There we go. We're ready to mount it on the roof. So I've decided that what I'm going to do is pre-mount the panel to the bars, then put the bar back up onto the roof. Well, manhandle the whole thing in one big go. The reason I've decided that is because I did notice when I was taking my bars off just now, I had one of them backwards, because there is a direction on it for the leading edge and the trailing edge. And although a lot of people might think that doesn't mean anything, that usually does equate to wind noise. I can put up here, I can mark where I've got to cut this. This is the front bar. And get this more or less where it needs to be. Okay, so let's nibble this there. So I know where it comes off. This is a little awkward. I don't have a second knife because Kerry's currently using it on the van. Here we go. Let's pull this side out for now. Now I should be able to slide this in. Same plan again, use a bit of yellow tape, get my rough position, pull the rubber trim out, there we go, trim this one, pull that out. Yeah, if you haven't figured out already, because this is the first day of decent weather we've had in a long time, we're kind of multitasking. Kerry is making a start on the carpeting while I deal with the solar panel. And this panel should just slip on now as well. In fairness, this would have been easier if I just got the clamp type, but they were twice the price, so I went with the T-bar ones because I have T-slots. Push the trim back in. Now the part I've not been looking forward to, manhandling this onto the roof. That's okay, I can literally just poke through them.
Yeah, but I can't even feel where they are now.
I can use a bulkhead for that. Don't worry about it. That's not a problem, sweetie. Actually, it is. I just don't want to upset her. $22. $22. $22. $21. Okay, it's slightly kicking towards me at the end. I'm not too worried about that. It's not far off. I can live with that. There we go. And that is how you fit a solar panel to your roof bars using T-Slot Rogue RV mountings. Job's a good one. The next piece of the puzzle is fitting my solar cable. Right, this comes with the solar plugs pre-fitted. The important thing about using proper solar cable is that it is double insulated. So if it gets nicked or anything like that, I don't know if you can see there, probably not, but it has 2 layers of insulation, inner and an outer. This ensures you never have direct shorts with the panel from nicking it or catching it on any of the metal work. Right, now to mount the cables. As you can see, they are clearly marked positive and negative. The positive one has this male connector, so I'm going to do that one first. The order of doing this is important. So I'm going to poke the male through into the van, mark this with red insulating tape and tape up this end. Then I'm going to connect this. That way I don't have any shorts and I can identify them later in the van what's what. So let's crack on. First things first, I'm taking the gland off. There we go. Oops. There we go, I got my rubber grommet. I now have to feed this all down the cable. Kerry, can you do me a favour? In where the solar cable is, can you pull it down in where the little solar grommet is on the roof? Okay, thank you, that's it. Right, so if I connect this like this, I can cable tie this through this roof rack. So, there you go, rubber grommet back in. And I can screw this on near the end. It's a lot harder to do up than I'd anticipated. That should give me a watertight seal though.
As it turns out, I am in fact a little bit forgetful, and I have left the microphone on the roof. Nice one, Ian. What I'm basically doing here is explaining that I'm wrapping up the end of the cable so I don't have any shorts in the van after I connect up the weather plug outside. And I'm adding another little bit of tape further up the cable, red insulating tape, just to show that it's a positive cable. This way, when I come to work on the system later on, I know which cable's which.
I'm going to use a pair of grips just to try and nip this up a little bit more, because there is some tension on it, not as much as I'd like. It's as tight as I'm going to get it. Actually, that's stiff. More or less, that'll do. Beautiful. Now, I can plug the positive in. Oh, there we go. That took some effort. That's not coming apart accidentally. And later on I can cable tie that to there. And now the same with the negative. This double insulated cable is a bit awkward to work with. That'll do, thank you. Now to do the internal cable, mark it up. Alright, same as before, I'm going to mark the negative cable. I don't have any blue tape, so I'm going to use yellow. And I will tape up the end to prevent any potential shorts.
I can't see. I don't know what I'm doing.
So that's me got my negative cable in now. Let's give that a little tighten up. And plug it in. Actually, I'll plug it in first, then tighten it up. There we go, that one went a little easier. In hindsight, I should have put these cables in first, so I could probably get a spanner on this. I can get a little bit of tension on the rubber, I'll be good. That's it. I'm happy with that. Now, at a later date, I should just cable tie these up to this roof bar. Once I'm done with the insides, and I'm good. Bonus. So as you can see, that's me done with the solar panel for now. A couple of minor hiccups and like a massive scratch on the sunroof. But apart from that, I think it went okay. Now, I'm going to tidy up all my mess and go give Kerry a hand with the carpet. Thank you.